get everybody's attention up here. We may end up having to move some people if we're not getting along or if we're cutting up while I'm trying to do this. We've got a lot to get through. And we got a fun activity at the end of this. All right, so last time we talked about AI and we did an activity where we were software developers and we were going to make a rock, paper, scissors app, right?
Yeah.
And we had to train our AI to beat the human player, right? Now, what did the AI do in order to do that? Like how, what was our process?
Recognizing the pattern.
Okay, recognizing patterns, we into it?
She was like realizing what the human was playing, and like how much, or like what the human was playing so much.
Yeah, like taking note of those patterns and using those patterns to develop a strategy, right? Make decisions. Great, that is learning. Okay, so today we're going to talk about, is AI always right?
No.
Does it make mistakes? Does it have bias? What are the limitations of AI? So let's answer a few questions. You've already given me some opinions, so I can already tell that this first part's going to be interesting. We're going to do a survey. All right, first one. Do you think the AI is capable of making mistakes? Raise your hand if you think yes. Let's get a count. Keep them up high. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so errors and bias. Now, AI doesn't always mess up. I want to be clear. A lot of people have put a lot of work into AI programs to make them work well, okay? And a lot of times, they work very well. However, they don't always work well. And I want to give you a very interesting example of a time when AI didn't work very well for me. All right. I decided to see if a student could use ChatGPT to do the quiz for my library orientation. Y'all remember back at the very beginning of the year where I had y'all, we talked about, okay, you check out 2 books for 2 weeks, and here's how our library is set up, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I wanted to see if somebody could use it. So, here's the conversation. I screenshotted my conversation with ChatGPT. I said, I am a student at W.C. Friday Middle School. I want to check out books at the library. How many books can I check out? And it says, at W.C. Friday Middle School, students are permitted to check out up to 2 books at a time. Each book is due back in 2 weeks. Is that true?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. It did good. And it also gave a source. You'll notice here that it tells you what website did it used. That's our website. That is the library, W.C. Friday, Middle School Media. That's the correct source. So it's like, okay, good, great. I continued asking questions. I said, how many graphic novels can I check out at W.C. Friday? And it says that at W.C. Friday, the library's checkout policy generally allows you to check out up to 2 books at a time. This includes graphic novels. So you can check out 1 graphic novel or 2 as long as they fall within your 2-book limit. Is that true? Can you check out 2 graphic novels at a time? No. My graphic novel people in here, they know that you can only check out 1 graphic novel at a time. Great. Okay, so we are going to make an app together, kind of, not really, but we're going to act like we're making an app that is going to help an AI bot identify fruit. Yeah, and you're probably thinking, why on earth would you want to do that? But this is actually a thing that is necessary. People who are visually impaired, so they can't see, they've got some like level of blindness, they still need to go to the supermarket and shop for food, right? Yeah. If they can pull out their phone and the phone can help them to identify what they're looking for apples, they're looking for oranges, they're whatever, okay? That's useful, right? That way they don't have to like touch everything. Okay, so we're going to train an AI to identify fruit. These are the images that we're going to give to it to help it understand what these different fruits look like. Does anybody already see potential problems? Troubleshooting.
Yeah.
Okay, raise your hand, tell me, what do you notice? What issues can you foresee happening? Yes?
But like with the photos, like,
Yeah.
the grapes, they're like different colors.
Correct. We've only got purple grapes up here. Grapes come in other colors than that, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, so then we know.
Apples also come in different colors.
Apples also come in different colors. Yes.
I mean, you know, or banana peels,
I mean, green. Yeah, they can. So it identified this thing as an apple. Is that correct?
Yeah.
No.
No, what is that? It's a tomato. All right. But why? Let's think critically about this. Why do you think that the apple, why do you think it would have identified that as an apple?
The, like the stem and like the shape and the color of it.
Yeah, it's got a stem. It's what color?
Like apples are red and those are red as well.
And all the apples that we showed it were red, right? Yeah, exactly. So no wonder it's making that mistake. We also didn't show it any pictures of what? Tomatoes. We didn't show it any pictures of tomatoes, so it doesn't know what a tomato is. Exactly. Same way here, it identified these are tomatoes too, right? It identified those as grapes. Another tomato thinks it's an apple. So if we're going to improve it, well, here. If we're going to improve it, what we got to do? Software developers.
We gotta show more examples of it.
Explain it more.
More examples, good. Yeah.
Explain it more.
So explain it more, like give more details. Okay, good. Anything else? You ready? We're going to talk a little bit about bias. Before we get started, though, I want to make sure everybody knows what bias is. Does anybody know what bias is?
No.
Haven't heard the word before?
I heard it, but I don't know.
Okay, okay. So let's say that, well, for instance, we actually could see it in what we just did. We showed it more pictures, I think, of apples than anything else, right? And it identified more things as apples than anything else. So we have a bias towards apples. That is it. A bias is just a preference. It's like a skew in a certain direction, okay? And AI does this based on its training data. We do this just based on our life experiences, right? We have preferences for certain things. What do you have in your picture?
I thought it was like math, like books on
She
math.
thinks it's a math.
Or
I
stuff.
can't tell what that says, can you? Which I guess it could be a different language, but I don't know. It doesn't really look like one that I recognize. What about this? See how they're just like melt into each other? Yeah. Okay, what have y'all noticed?
I have no idea what we're doing. But I've tried.
I'm sure your group does. Hey, come here.
I don't think she does.
Okay, so are there any errors? Like, is there like weirdness in this picture?
Yes, they look like Barbie
Is
girls.
anybody playing a band? Do you know, what do you need in order to play a band?
You need different instruments.
Oh, yeah, I can't really tell what that is.